Today I'm going to show you how to access Google Classroom on your smartphone so that you can access your child's Google Classroom and see if there's any upcoming assignments, and I'll show you a few more features as well. First, you want to install the app. If you're on an iPhone, you want to go to the App Store, or if you're on an Android, go to the Google Play Store, and it should look like this icon right here, where you see a blackboard and then there's some little people icons on it, and it says Classroom below it. I'm going to click on the icon to open it up. The first time you log in, it'll take you to this login screen, and you're going to need your child's student ID and their password, which for elementary, usually their password is their birthday. And since I'm logging in with Google on a device that is not a Chromebook, I need to make sure that I put at PVUSD.net after the student ID number. When I'm done, I click Next. Now you want to enter the birthday password or whatever their password is. Once you're logged in, you'll see a list of all of your child's classes. You might only see one in here or maybe a couple. Since this is a test account, I have a bunch. I could see the name of the class at the top and then who the teacher is right below that. If I want to see a list of all the assignments for all my classes, I can click on the three lines on the top left corner, and then I can go down to where it says Enrolled and click on To Do. At the top, you'll notice that there's three tabs: Assigned, Missing, and Done. This is to help you sort through the assignments. So the first one, Assigned, which I'm focused on now, I can tell because it's highlighted in blue, shows all of the upcoming assignments. And I can scroll down to different sections. For example, the top says assignments that don't have a due date, and then there's more by week, so I could look at this week or last week or later. If I click on Missing, I can see any assignments for which the due date has passed that my child hasn't turned in yet. So for example, here under Missing, I see that last week my child had an assignment that was due on September 30th that they did not turn in. If I click on the tab that says Done, I can see assignments that my child has turned in, and they're sorted by no due date, done early, this week, last week, or earlier. I can also see assignments that have received a grade. For example, this one has 70 out of 100 points. If I want to return to the screen that had all my classes, I can click on the three lines and then click on Classes at the very top. Now let's say I want to look inside a particular class. So I'm going to click on this one that says Noche de Padres and take a look inside there. Usually the classes will have the teacher's name on it, but this was a fake class that I created. Once I'm inside the class, you will land on the stream. On the bottom of the screen, you'll see three tabs: Stream, Classwork, and People. In the stream is where you can find announcements made by the teacher. Sometimes they'll add links to the Google Meet, for example. And when you look at these announcements, you can see if students have added comments. For example, the first one had 2 class comments. I can click on that where it says 2 class comments, and then I can see what the students wrote, and I can click on Add Class Comment to type a comment as well. So your student may be commenting in there, or if you need to reach the teacher, sometimes parents comment as well. For example, they might say, this link doesn't work, for example, if they're trying to join the Google Meet. If I scroll down, I can see also some posts that say new assignment or new material. Whenever the teacher adds classwork, there'll be a notification in the stream. Students can access the assignments there, or they can go to the classwork tab to access their assignments as well. These are just notifications. If I scroll back to the top, there's an area that says share something with your class. If the teacher has enabled it, then the student can click on where it says share with your class and type a message right there, or they can add an attachment as well. And then you would click post. I'm going to click the X to get out of here. The last thing I want to show you on the stream is the little video camera on the top right corner. That is where you can click to join the class Google Meet. You would have to download the Google Meet app first and also log into it with the student ID at pvusd.net. Now I'm going to show you the classwork tab. So that's the middle tab on the bottom. And this is where a lot of teachers like to post all of the assignments because it's easier to organize them. As you can see in this example, the assignments are organized by week. Depending on the teacher, they might be organized by topic, but many are organizing by week to make it easy to find assignments. One thing you may notice is that some of the assignments have a little gray icon and some are colorful. The ones that are gray are assignments that don't need an action. For example, students don't need to create or turn in anything for those. For example, the bottom one, weekly planner, that is a material to reference. So students would click on it to access the weekly planner, and they might just read it, or they might click on links within it. The very top one that says Summary of Fireflies, that's an assignment that has been turned in. So after I turned it in, it turned gray. The colorful ones are assignments that I still need to turn in. You might notice at the top that that little video camera is also there. So you can also access the Meet from the Classwork tab. Another thing that you might notice at the very top of the screen on the right is a little icon that looks like a picture or a calendar. And when you click on that, you can see all of the assignments just for this class that I'm looking at. So I'm going to click on it, and now I can see the student's name, Test 2, and then I can see some of the assignments here. And if they were returned and graded, I would see a grade there. I can see that one of them is missing, and it's in red, so it stands out for me. And then I could see one that says assigned. That means that I still haven't completed or turned in that assignment. I can also tell if I read below the assignment titles, I can see a little text box, and that means that there's 3 comments on there, and there's 1 attachment. If I click on an assignment, that will take me inside to view the directions, and in that section below where it says your work, if I click anywhere in that space, it'll open it up so I could see my students' work, and they could turn it in there as well. I'm going to click X to get out of the screen and show you one more place where you can access this. And then I'm going to X out of here again. So now I'm back in the classwork. If I want to look at an assignment here, I can also click on it. So for example, I'm going to click on the last one, Writing Narrative. And so I see that same screen I saw earlier. It has the description, but now I can see at the top it says 1 class comment. So those are comments that all of the class can read. So if I click on it, my student typed hola, and then other students or yourself or your student could click here and add a class comment that everyone could read if your teacher has enabled that. At the very bottom where it says your work, I can see there's 1 private comment. So students can add a private comment to the teacher and the teacher can respond. I'm going to click in that space. And now I can see that there's an attached document, and I can click on it to open it. There's also the turn in button, and at the very bottom it says add private comment. So that is where I can send a message to the teacher as well. If I click on the little document, it'll load my students' work so I can check out what they're writing, and if I want to exit, I can click on the X. You can also turn it in by clicking that turn in button, and then it asks you, do you want to turn it in? So yes, confirm, turn in. And then once an assignment is turned in, if the student tries to go back in and open the assignment, they will not be able to type anything else. So that's a common error that happens. Sometimes students turn in their assignment when they're not ready. And so when that happens, all they have to do is go back to the assignment and click unsubmit. And then yes, confirm, unsubmit. And then they'll be able to open the assignment again and continue to type until they're done, and then turn it in when they're done. I'm going to go back so I'm going to click on this little down arrow here to close that, and then go click on this back arrow. I'm trying to get back to the classwork. And the last thing I'd like to show you is the People tab at the bottom right. When I click on that, I can see the teacher's name and any co-teachers that are in the class, as well as all of the students in the class. If I click on the little envelope icon to the right of the teacher, that'll open up your mail. So if I click on it, sometimes you may see a list of different email apps that you have on your phone. So I would pick the one that I want to use, and then it would open up so that you can send an email to the teacher. And that's all you need to know about using the Google Classroom app. Thanks for watching.